Good morning, afternoon, or evening,
Yeah.
depending on where you listen
Where
to
you
us.
at? Where you
This
at?
is the 2A Street.
To A Street.
That other voice over there that does not sound like me is Abe.
Yo.
Probably the only... forget it. I'm not even doing it today. I'm not even there. We are the 2A Street.
Yeah.
And we are here to hopefully enlighten and teach you to lead and be better people out in the world and notice some of the things that you normally wouldn't notice. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know why I said that, but I like our dynamic here sometimes.
Yeah.
So, how are you? What was your week like?
Yeah, man, the week was all right, really good week. I was just kind of chilling, doing my thing, out here in the streets.
Yeah. Grinding. I like that word.
Yeah.
It's so good. So we got home really late last night. We went to the Passion Play. Have you heard of this thing?
I've been there.
Oh, man. Okay,
really
so
nice.
For those that don't know, I mean, Google it either way, but whatever. It's this kind of representation of the very short time that we learn about Jesus Christ and kind of his journey from when he first really hit the scene to when he gets crucified.
Yeah.
And they put on this play, this live play, a show, a theater, I don't know what you want to call it, but they got like 200 people that are putting on this show
200,
out in
man.
Drumheller, and they just do this live representation of this thing. It's 25th year that they're doing this thing. And I've heard about it, but these days I just don't have high expectations for anything anymore. So I just never got inspired to go because I mean it's like a whole 1 hour drive, you know. So,
Yes.
So I was, we ended up getting some tickets given to us for a date night, and then we decided to put up some extra money to bring the boys with us.
Oh, you went with the kids, huh?
Yeah, I mean, dude, this thing was amazing.
100.
Like, they really go for accuracy and visual and audible references. Like, I was blown away by this performance, and I just had to get a selfie with Jesus at the end of it.
I see
so
you.
So I'll post that later on as well. It was really good.
I see you.
My wife was like, well, why didn't you get a picture with the Holy Spirit and God as well? And I'm kind of like, well, I didn't really have anything. I just got, I don't know why I did. It's like Jesus is the dog, you know what I mean? Like, aren't they the same person anyways? I don't know. But you guys, you got to go check this out. There's still tickets available, at least in the Drumheller one for the last weekend.
Okay.
But man, it is amazing. And if you can't see it this year, find it next year because. Holy man, even if you don't understand or don't follow the Bible or anything like that, just go for the theatrical performance alone. And who knows, maybe then you at least educate yourself a little bit on Christianity, what it's about and what it represents, or what it's supposed to. Because on the same note, sometimes Christians don't represent themselves very well. Hopefully you can at least see what Jesus was trying to do, and then you can compare whether or not the rest of us, align up with that. So Yeah, no, it was really ridiculously awesome. So yeah, shout out to the Passion Play people.
Shout out to you.
That was pretty amazing. So so that was a good representation. I want to talk to you, and again, this is since it's urban, street, new and hip, then I don't fit into this world. So I need to come to you for reference of all that.
You're cool people,
I'm good people. So. Tell me why.
What's up?
There are people throwing themselves out of moving vehicles to what? Do the shiggy dance or something? Like I don't. Abe, help me out. I mean, your people are starting this trend, and then my people go and wreck it. I'm like, tell me what is going on.
I'm old school, man. I'm an old head. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school kind of cat. I don't understand these trends that are coming out. You know what I'm saying? I don't see these challenges. You know what I'm saying? I'm just one of them cats who just like, what the heck is going down?
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm like, I don't understand this. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school.
So, and that was the thing is that I took this minute to take a look because people are getting hurt, which is what we care about, which is why I, discovered this thing is because that's what I look for is not what are people making fun of. It's, are people getting injured, their well-being and all that. And yeah, you see these people, and I mean, if you were to play it backwards or forwards, you can't make sense of how you get from the shiggy dance down to these people. There was one video.
Uh-huh.
The girl was the driver, and she jumped out of her vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, and
I hope her insurance company sees that.
yeah, well, but she didn't shiggy though either, so I don't even know how there was a reference
man.
to the shiggy dance because she just like straight up got out and fell down.
Man,
So,
no, man.
and if you watch the dance itself isn't the best I've ever seen. But she also didn't shiggy or whatever it is as well. So,
I think a lot of people are looking for that internet fame. You know what I'm saying? They get that internet fame, and that means that they're gonna get endorsements and they're gonna get free stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they'll do whatever they want or whatever they can to get out there, get their name out there. And once they get the followers, then things just start to come to play. You know what I mean?
I know.
It's dumb.
I know that's what you're trying to say.
This young generation, bro, it's a sad situation with the young generation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they don't have accountability. You know what I'm saying? Where in the 90s we had the accountability of the elders who would say, no, y'all can't go, this is going too far. This generation now, you know, they don't listen. A lot of them, they don't listen. They want to do their own thing to get that fast, easy money. And in so doing, they're killing themselves, they're hurting themselves, they're doing things that you just look at and scratch your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so again, coming from where you are at this point in time, truly what is the ratio of people that are doing this kind of thing that are actually succeeding out there and do this thing and turn around and are a millionaire tomorrow because of a monetized YouTube account?
But you see, this is it, right? Like you're talking about the Shiggy dance. He just got over $200,000 from Drake.
Yeah,
for popularity.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
What about?
So everybody's like, "Yo, if he can do it, I'm gonna try my own thing." You feel? I'm gonna try my own challenge. There's another challenge going on right now where people are pulling themselves on the floor and bringing their heads. You know what I'm saying?
They're what?
Like somebody pulls their legs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they
fall backwards.
Yeah. And then like that kind of stuff. So it's getting views, and then with the views again comes that monetary value where it's like, okay, you're getting followers, so we need you on.
But you won't
team.
be able to think
100,
to spend
man.
your money
100,
because you're wrecking your head.
But then again, you could talk about that with the NFL, with the NHL, with all other games. You know what I'm saying? That it's kind of the same thing. But you feel me? It's organized. The NFL is organized. This NHL is organized. But these cats are on the internet doing their thing, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna get that fame or that money with it.
Okay, challenge to anybody out there that knows of somebody who has done one of these viral things and actually made a relevant amount of money. Please let us know who they are so we can see what they've done with it, because I get it. There's a lot of, fashion Instagram models out there. They're posting all this content. They're getting sponsorship deals and all that. But I want to find somebody who's taken a viral thing themselves and has made money and hasn't already blown it all on something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being that kind of irresponsible with your body and the things that you're doing, and then turning around and actually being able to be smart about your money as well, I don't think that they're hand in hand.
Man, it's funny you say that, but like there's a lot of cats out here that have gotten the fame, the fortune, and have lost it because they just don't have the right people around them. You know what I'm saying?
But that's accountability.
Accountability, exactly. It's huge when you don't have that, because if you don't have people like the old heads like me, to come out and say, "Yo, listen, man, you're going too far. You're going too far." Yeah. Everybody's feeding off of your stupidity, so they ain't gonna come out here and say, "Stop it."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you have 10 friends that are feeding off of you, and just saying, "I want drugs," or I'm gonna go crazy, I'm gonna jump off the building, that's gonna get views.
They'll bankrupt you.
100, you know what I'm saying? So it's a stupid way of doing things, and I think that the generation they really need knowledge. They need to be taught these things, and a lot of them are not willing to be taught.
Well, see, but that comes back to just the time and stuff that people are actually willing to contribute.
Yeah,
I mean, if you are left in a room by yourself with no other inputs, you're going to make up things to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's our default as curious human beings. We're going to try things. And if there's not somebody there to tell you, don't touch the stove, it's hot. Don't do this, gravity works. Like all those kind of things. But this is not good.
No.
I mean, we're doing extreme as the first thing, as the default, instead of like just testing something first, because just trying something out, you know, trying to jump from a 5-foot cliff isn't as extreme as a 60-foot, but maybe you can't even handle the 5-foot one. So don't go for the 60. You're just not suited for that kind of thing. And instead, we're jumping out of moving vehicles in the name of a dance that doesn't even look like the dance of the guys that did the dance. You know, and
everything is always exaggerated, man. Things are exaggerated. We started off with the Harlem Shake. You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of funny though. I don't know if anybody died from that.
You know what I mean? The original Harlem Shake ain't nothing to do with what came out in the late 2000s.
In the viral stuff, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then everything's always over exaggerated just so we can get more views.
Yeah.
Let's do the extreme.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Some of those are funny, man. I gotta say.
it don't add up though, you know what I'm saying? And this is where again we're saying like, what you're doing, what's the purpose? Go to work as hard as you can. You know, you might not get the fame and fortune, but you'll live a comfortable life if you apply yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is you're chasing this fame and fortune, but you don't actually know what to do with it. You know, and that's the weirdest thing is that if you had $1 million, what would you spend? I mean, I've been asked that before. Is you know, how much money, you know, is too much and all that. I'm like, I'd probably run out of things that I truly need within the first $1 million. You know, kind of, don't get me wrong, I'll take it anyways. But you know what I mean? Is I got house, pay off all of my debts, then I'm good. I can kind of take my job and continue to work. And people, well, why would you keep working? It's like, because then I contribute to the well-being of other people. Like it's if you're working for money, you got the wrong job. You know what I mean? I don't want to criticize, but I'm just saying you should find something you enjoy doing, and then the money doesn't matter.
Right.
I don't know. So I think one of the first, when you were saying it, when you're talking about the Harlem Shake, one of the first times where things went extreme, what popped in my head is when I go to like a sandwich store. I don't want to mention any of them, but you take a look at the menu board, and you're like, that looks good. And then you get your order, and it's nothing like the pictures. I mean, that's been going on for 40 years, man. That's what you could have, you know, and you're kind of like, that's what I want. And then, but that's what happens here is that we've been training society that whatever you do on TV is who you are and what you do kind of thing. And no, it's not true at all. And I think that's where we're trying to be on this show here is that we're trying to make sure that who we are here is who we are out there. If somebody chats with us on the streets, that they'd be able to know that they can have a reasonable conversation, that if they know what you look like out there, that they can be like, hey, that's Abe. You know, that means that I can comfortably approach and actually ask about racism in North America, and it would be an all right topic, you know? Like, they don't have to worry about you whipping out a gun or something like that at some point in time. And, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we're trying to be is be true you, be the authentic you, so that, you know, when it happens. But I don't want to be driving around with Abe knowing that at any minute you're going to swing open your door and jump out and try and imitate a dance, man. I want to be in a better space in my life than somebody that's going to do that, man.
Yes.
So it's I don't know. We always answer the same way to this question. You know, what do we do about it? And there's just not enough of us. There's not enough people trying to help these kids, man.
Yeah, exactly. There's not, and a lot of people, like I say, they're leeching. They want to get whatever they can because this person is famous. Because, for example, if you make it and I'm dependent on you for my paycheck or for my livelihood, I'm gonna let you to do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the moment that I say no is the moment that you're gonna say I don't need you. You feel me? So I gotta play nice with you. You know what I mean? And playing nice with you, that means that I gotta enable you in whatever things you want to do. You feel me? And that's what's happening with a lot of people.
And it's easy, I think. I mean, truly, if you're able to just hang out with some dude that's getting rich off of that, and your only job is to be like, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go jump off that thing, man. You remember last time, man? You know, like, because you're right. As soon as you lose that, then you lose your well-being. And then you actually have to work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No more flying, no more free stuff, no more nothing. You got to work now.
Okay, so we always talk about some kind of work ethic issue. And we see it, that's true, that's fine and all that, but are there just not enough opportunities or exposure for people? I mean, because we're not just talking about kids anymore, but people to find their passion and do things that they enjoy all the time instead of looking for this lazy and shortest path, because if you're lazy, you're not going to make it. You know, and
Right.
but it takes a really long time for them to figure that out. Do we need to help them find their passion? Is there not enough exposure? Is there not enough jobs out there? Is there too much fear? You know what I mean? Like I'm now starting to have a hard time figuring out on what it is that is limiting all these people from actually just working at something. You don't even have to work hard these days. You just need to work.
Yep.
And people are even backing away from that out of
Yeah.
laziness.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's, what do we do? What do we do?
People gotta know that if you don't expose yourself to greater things, you will always be mediocre and always be a follower.
Yeah.
You know, and so you have to challenge yourself to say that I'm not satisfied with where I'm at. How can I get to the next level? And to get into the next level, you're gonna have to take risks. You're gonna have to do things that you've never done before.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go to places you've never gone before.
Yeah.
But you following trends and following what other people are doing will only get you so far in your journey called life. So you gotta move and move real good in such a way that you're making moves that will take you to the next phase. How? That's something that you have to figure out yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the concern, is because it'd probably be unfair for me to say the majority, but there's a large portion of people that are kind of doing things that lazy way that are going to have to be our next generation of leaders because there's nobody else. And that's very scary to me.
Yeah.
Because we're going to run out of competent people to do competent things.
Yeah.
And my kids are going to enter into that generation of leaders. So you see where I'm going here is, are we really progressing as a society anymore? Have we plateaued at where we're going to be? There's going to be that group of people that innovate. But within 20 years from now, we're going to have a whole group of lazy leaders, man.
Oh, absolutely, man.
I'm a little bit scared about that.
And as parents, we have to be proactive in how we train our kids, you know, because if we train up our children, they will always remember the teachings that their parents put in them. You know, so no matter how stupid they might act, they will always go back to that fountain where they got the real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if we just let social media raise our kids, then we bring out clones.
Yeah, but that's still the problem. So even if you and I go like old school religion, and each of us have like 12 kids each,
Yeah.
and they become great leaders,
Yeah.
they still have to manage the lazy generation. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's still going to be there no
Yeah.
matter what we do.
Absolutely.
So is that all we have to do, is just make all of our workplaces a viral trend? And then, you know, we get this workforce that comes in and they're
Right.
like all crazy and super extreme for 2 weeks.
And they're gone.
And, yeah, I mean, I don't know how we're supposed to deal with this as these people grow up, kind of thing. And I mean, you might be able to relate it to back when we were kids, where we did stupid things on the farm and all that kind of stuff. Or at least I did, you know. But you know that you take the mentality, well, we did some dumb things and we turned out okay, kind of things. Like, is that really the approach we want to take? Is that, like, do you see this as a trend for a certain age dynamic at that point? Then, like, do these kids suddenly at 25 straighten up? And then
It can go both ways, you know what I mean? There's times that you're just like, okay, I'm going dummy stupid right now because it's my time to be stupid. It's my time to do whatever.
Choose.
Okay. And then there comes a time where you're just like, nah, enough is enough. I'm grown. I'm doing my thing. I'm moving on from that lifestyle. But it's not too many who can cross that line, you know what I'm saying? Because some get left behind in the stupidity and the backward way of thinking. It's sad, but that's the way some people are.
Well, and that's what we're seeing, though, right? Is that, let's say that you do these things from 16 to 26, for example, you know, and you're out there partying and drinking and being that kind of guy, and then suddenly you need to settle down. So you get yourself a proper girl or proper man or whatever. Sorry, I didn't mean to classify, but whatever. You know, and then suddenly you don't actually get a chance to be involved with other people until your mid-30s kind of thing. And then you got these children that suddenly take up more of your time, that you can't go out and, you know, work on these jobs that paid you well or whatever it is, right? Because a lot of times there's that mentality that gets you into this job that you don't really enjoy it, but it pays really good money, and you either rotate in or out. And I'm not trying to pick on a certain dynamic group, but that's just the trending that I'm seeing. And then suddenly they got all this stuff and then they got to kind of like pull back on it. And then when interest rates change or the economy changes and all that, and then suddenly they're left struggling because they're left with this kind of like hardcore, high paced, way of living. And then when it turns on them, they can't adapt to it.
Right.
Because there was no preparation, because they were taught to just do things extreme.
Yeah.
And you only live once, So, but that's what we're seeing. I mean, we're now seeing everything that happened 10 years ago when this whole viral trending thing started to happen, that now the results of that are starting to come out in the workplace. And we're kind of left going, oh boy, we've got this generation of people that really, really need. And I'm not talking about millennials at this point. The straight up millennials are actually doing all right. The ones that are in the kind of, 14 to 22 these days are actually the ones that are turning around and making real revolutionary change. I'm talking about between Gen X and the millennials that are kind of doing that YOLO style thing. It's almost like we were all oppressed back in the day, and then they just want to go live life, kind of thing. And you can, you can, but at some point you got to put on the big boy pants and
you have to.
And grow up a little bit.
You see, the thing that we always have to remind ourselves is that the people that are setting these trends, they got investments, they got money.
They can afford.
They can afford to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to say, oh, yeah, we're doing this challenge, you're doing that challenge. You're actually making them money.
Yeah, them money, not you money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, in so thinking or understanding, you're just like, okay, what can I do myself that will create that generational wealth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That will set that kind of a tone for my own life.
Yeah, remember a couple years back when they had the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah.
So I participated in that, and I mean, whatever. I think everybody did, but nonetheless. But what if that cause wasn't actually that kind of cause, and it was for a person? Do you think it would have still made its $40 million?
Man, oh man.
Hell no. At least in my opinion, I don't think so. If that was do the Abe Ice Bucket Challenge, I don't know if it would have gotten as much result as it did. You know what I mean? And the Shiggy Challenge or whatever it is, that none of that money is going towards these people that are actually doing the thing. You know what I mean? So I find it very intriguing that we as a society can raise $40 million by doing this thing, or maybe it was even more than that, towards something, but not towards each other. You know what I mean? It's crazy dynamics out there these days on some of the things that are catching fire. And you're just kind of like, well, hold on a second, though. How did that actually benefit us as the people that are doing it? At least with Ice Bucket, I don't think anybody was really dying except for the ones that got the buckets dropped on their heads. But just people jumping out of moving cars are going to get hurt.
It don't
for
make
what?
sense, man.
For what? And then they hashtag the people that are actually getting the money for it. Because now somebody's going to spend 99 cents to buy Drake's track just to learn about this challenge kind of thing. Drake is getting the money off of this, and you're risking your life for the benefit of this dude. Yeah. And he didn't even mean it for it. I'm pretty sure that Drake did not be like, let's do this dance and it's going to go viral and people are going to start throwing themselves out of cars. I don't know if that's how Drake talks, but I was just... But you know what I mean? Like, this is the weirdest mentality that I've ever understood. Like, a lot of people are selfish and I'm only doing that if it benefits me. Yeah. We don't see that anymore. Right. I'm only doing that if somebody else is going to make a whole bunch of money. And I'm going to do something dumb so that somebody else makes money. I don't get that. That's probably why I don't participate in the Shiggy dance right now. But does that make sense to you? It makes sense. Like, it does make sense.
It makes sense. Like, no. Oh, no. Okay, let me take that back. It doesn't make sense to me to think that we coming down to a place where we feel like for attention or for likes, I gotta risk my life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta risk your life for attention? Why you gotta, do things that are degrading for likes? Yeah. It don't make no sense. Mm-hmm. And when you look at how these kids right here, if I was a parent, I'll be thinking like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah. Well, Tide Pods too. Great example.
Yes, they did that thing too. Like, why? What are you doing that for? End up in the hospital. Yeah. Skin all scratched out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And for what? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm just glad that the kids that are really hurting themselves at this point in time aren't going viral. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like seriously, there are kids out there that are cutting themselves literally because they are in mental distress, and I'm really really glad it's like let's do the cutting challenge, everybody. You know what I mean? Like it's just because then at least if we did a cutting challenge for awareness, maybe at least then we could generate some money to help these people. Now that was a really messed up idea. People do not do this.
Don't do that. Yeah, 100.
But you know what I mean? Where there are people that really need the help that could really use awareness for mental conditions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't see the viral trends for that going on.
No.
You know, ALS. That was probably the most successful viral campaign that ever went on. And yay, yes, finally. Because I mean, we've been fighting cancer for years and haven't been able to get to that kind of level of support out of it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people that are donating to that are because they've been affected directly by something.
Yeah, that's very
ALS. There was people that had no idea even what it was that were sending money. That's what we want, you know, in this world is for people to be like, all right.
Gotta be educated. Fun. People gotta be educated.
Yeah.
I mean, because if we just follow blindly, then we're gonna cause more damage to society. You know, so we gotta be educated on what's going down. You know, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why am I following the trend that I'm following?
Yeah.
You feel me? Is there any benefit in me following this trend?
Yeah.
You dig it? Because at the end of the day, it's my health on the line. It's my my everything is on the line. Yeah. If I do these things right here, will they bring anything of value to me?
You know,
you dig it?
Are the likes really that addictive? Now, I'm going to qualify this a little bit because I remember what it's like when we kind of got our first Instagram follower. And, you know, Facebook friends, and you see that little red dot when somebody followed you and all that kind of stuff. Like, I get it. I don't know if I ever got to the point of thinking this follow is worth money or is worth something. You know what I mean? Like, but maybe that's just because I'm not part of that generation.
That's right, yeah.
Like, there are some things that are addicting out there, like Candy Crush. I had no idea how that thing caught up the way that it did, you know, but I got a different game that I've paid money for continuously. So, you know, it's just different levels of addiction. But
that's right.
Is that +1 though?
It is +1.
You know,
+20.
Like, that's crazy to put your life on the line just to get this +1. You know?
But you see, we're all exposed differently. You know, some things that people are exposed to, you know, it's not my battle. It's not that concerns me in that way. You dig it? But to somebody that's big, that's like, man, that's
you know,
attention.
As it's going in my head here, it's almost like social's an addiction these days. Because that's the only thing I can relate it to right now is that you have to have something, and it's a fix, and you chase that high of your first 1,500 likes or whatever it is, and then you keep doing these things now to get that high again. It's an addiction. You keep chasing it. And when you don't have it, you don't feel relevant. So now you got to do more and more extreme or something like that. But some people just go straight to already not feeling relevant, so then they do some extreme right away because that's what they feel they need to do in order to get a whole bunch of likes.
For sure.
Right? And it's funny because we can turn around and tell people, well, Abe and I aren't doing the show for likes, which is true. And then they turn around and go, well, how many do you have? And we'll be like 5, you know, and then people will be like, well, then there you go. See, because you're not relevant. And you're kind of like, it's not really the goal though either.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
You know, it's a certain mentality because if we wanted likes, we can get the likes.
Absolutely.
You and I jump out of a moving vehicle at any point in time we want. That's no problem.
Believe that. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah, this is a really interesting thing that's going on.
It's interesting, very interesting. And the internet has made it so easy for people to showcase their stupidity as well and showcase their brilliance at the same time.
Yeah, that's funny. And unfortunately, the brilliance, like, I mean, one of the websites that I just started following that I do really enjoy is the People Are Awesome website. Have you seen some of the videos of these people out there doing truly spectacular extreme things? So, you know, you get the guys on dirt bikes or something that'll do flips, I don't know, the corkscrew double twist 720 back super, you know, and because I'm versed in the know. But how many times did this guy fail doing it? And it probably started out as just a viral trick. Oh man, nobody's ever done a front flip on a bike before. Yeah. I can't hold my beer, you know, and then suddenly they land it.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, wait a minute, but that might have started as a really dumb idea.
For real,
you know?
for real.
But then they get good, and then people start upping each other's game and all that. But I mean, these are people that are working on their game time and time again. But again, maybe I'm justifying it because that guy didn't have that game when he first started. Maybe trying things that appear stupid to us time and time again actually allow you to succeed. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I also don't like that people are awesome as making people do things that they think that they can do straight off the bat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's
interesting.
Interesting is the only word I can come up with, is because I can get excited about it, but I could also get very disappointed about it. And there's some emotions that after I see some of these videos, you're just kind of like, how's that possible? And then it's funny because somebody's going to do the Shiggy Dance challenge with a moving vehicle. They're going to get out of the moving vehicle. They're going to do it successfully, and then they're going to get back in. And then, man, there's going to be a whole bunch of other people that are like, see, if he can do it, and you're kind of like...
I'm going to do it too. Yeah. Followers, man.
Yeah, there it is. And then, yeah, again, how many dollars is it going to be worth to risk the life on that one?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know.
Man.
Yeah, I think we're beating this one up enough. But, yeah, everybody go check it out. See, we're going to promote the Shiggy Dance right now. But not because of the Shiggy Dance.
I ain't never watched that thing yet.
But it's because, please help us understand on how you get from the original Shiggy Dance in Drake's video to hopping out of a moving vehicle and you can't even dance kind of thing. I don't know. In the driver's seat. In the driver's seat.
Goodness, bro.
That's a bad idea.
Very
Anyways, hit us up. We are at media@the2astreet.com. We've never said it before, but that's where you can send donations. If you want to. No, you don't have to send donations. We're all good over here. We enjoy your guys' support just the way that it is.
Yeah.
A shout out to the Alberta Podcast Network, sponsored by ATB, that is doing some great things for the community. And we got Abe Maweo across the table from us at Conversations with Abe, or abemaweo.com. You can find him and us, the 2A Street, at Google Play Music, iTunes, and SoundCloud. And we got to get on that Spotify one of these days, man. Yeah, we got to figure that out.
Okay.
Shout out to all y'all for the rest of your week. Keep doing crazy things out there, because otherwise we run out of things to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we go.
You know, if everybody was perfect, we wouldn't have a job to do on Saturday mornings. So if that's the case, maybe we just turn into Martha Stewart and just telling you how to make pancakes or something, because that'd be where we go. Y'all have a great week.
Yeah.
Take it easy.